Hello everyone, this is Thor Young with Bear Bull Traders, and I would like to do a recap for you on my trade today. Only traded one trade on one ticker today, Baba, for a nice little clean one and done. Was looking specifically for this exact play, which I was really excited about that it worked out. I want to talk to you a little bit about, we've talked about recently about how I've been doing my pre-market levels and using that for pre-market breakouts. Worked really great on Baba today, and I'll explain why and what I was looking at. So first off, I wanted to say thank you to Carlos and Norm as usual. The levels worked great, guys. If you're not hitting the pre-market show with those guys, you're missing out. So make sure to subscribe and ring the bell if you'd like to go live with us in the morning. I trade off of their levels every single day, and you see my videos. So I mean, if you're not a believer yet, I don't know what to do for you. So anyway, what we have going on here with Baba is Baba, along with like some other China news and stuff like that, I think, was just gapping heavily down. Let me scoot down a little bit so you can see my daily. So as I said before, when I put my plan together, I kind of work in reverse order on my screens. I go through the daily, the 15, the 5, and then the 1. And then I like to mark levels of, where I'm at and what I'm doing. So let me go ahead and clear these so I can show you what I was doing here and how I get these. So first off, we need some daily levels, right? So we know where we're trading, right? At pre-market, we're trading in the 201 area. So we're going to go back from the 201 area, and we want to look for levels on either side of that on the daily so that we can really figure that out. Now, I've talked a little bit about these volume by price levels that I use, and this is the main application in which I use them. So if you'll notice, if you come down here and you look volume by price, there's a lot more volume by price at these levels right here. So when I'm looking to the downside for this stock, these are the levels that I'm going to pick because they're, that's where a lot more transactions have occurred. So you can see this was a resistance here, a resistance here, a resistance here, and then also a support, and then a support. So this is a nice clean level also on the top of this price level. If we wanted one more to the downside, come down here under the price level, and we're going to look. We have, I like this area right there. We've got multiple wick touches plus a body close right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go to the top side. I'm going to go to this volume by price right here. We're going to go about 204.91, and then let's go to the top of that range, somewhere right around, we'll call it, let's get right in here, probably around like 206.38. Okay, cool. So those are my immediate levels that I like off the daily. So then I'm going to come down to the 15-minute pre-market, and I'm going to go ahead and mark any critical, let me slide out of the way here, any critical levels for the pre-market. So you can see here we've got these wicks touched up here at the top, so that's a very obvious resistance, also just above the body of this candle. We've already got a support marked here from our daily chart, or daily levels, which is real nice. So let's go ahead and we can refine that and put some more in there. We've got our lowest support. And then we also have this secondary support that kind of comes in right about here at $200.40. All right, so 5-minute chart. Let's dial in a little bit more. Actually, 5-minute chart looks pretty great. Not sure if I need to do much more. So let's just wait a little bit closer to the open. And then by the open, I'm looking at right about here. Now, when I start putting my final plan together, it normally doesn't happen until about 5 minutes before the open, and this is why. So Baba is in a massive gap down. You could be looking for a gap and go, all kinds of things, but in this instance, I was looking for Baba to actually close its gap a little bit before continuing to head down. And the reason I was doing that was because you'll notice the pre-market sold off to 199.22 and then bounced to 203.47, and then it sold off to about $200.41, which was also a level that we had marked before it actually used that as a multiple support and then started pushing up and making new highs. So my pre-market breakout strategy that I like to use almost every day, what it's looking for is the strength in the stock before the open, or is there weakness in the stock before the open? And we kind of use that as a key indicator. So you can see here we're pushing back up against VWAP. That's what we're looking for. All right, so the plan is I want to let the stock do what it's going to do, and if it breaks any key level, which is my 292, I planned on going long up to like 201.28. and above. If it broke below 199.22, like touched that, then I was going to wait for it to curl up, and I was looking for a short. So there was really no bias on this stock. I was just looking to play it either way, depending on how it goes. The stock sold off heavily through $200, which was great, and then it popped right back up with a nice big hammer on a ton of buying volume. Now, you'll see on the 1 minute, we had a lot of selling volume that first minute, but that was only really at the beginning. Once it got down to broke through 200, a massive amount of green came on the time and sells. The L2 lit up with sellers up high, buyers chasing into the price. Volume was there. It looked very, very good for a move up, so I went ahead and went long at about 201.20. My stop out was going to be the loss of 200. So that's 120 cents or $1.20, so that's pretty wide for me. So I actually went in 150 shares on this one. So it wasn't the largest trade I've taken. And it came down and it popped up. It broke my pre-market level, so I went ahead and took a 10% partial, some more 10% partials as we went up. I was down to about 100 shares here, and then I let that run all the way up to just shy of 206 before I dropped the remaining shares. So it took 50% of my shares off there for an all-out. That was a nice. That was $250 just on that 100 shares that made the move. And then I've got some sporadic partials, 10% partials as I was leading up to that event. These two were actually just 5% partials. So I was really going for 206, but I could tell I was actually going to hold for 206, but I could tell when we were up here that the volume was waning and that the level 2 was not looking great for another sell up, and I was actually thinking we were going to top off of this. And remember, I was just looking for a scalp anyway, so I went ahead and took it all off there. Ended up hitting my butter zone, so I'm over gold today. I'm actually fell exactly in my target range, which is my 300 to 400 range. If I drop into there, I have to stop trading for the day because I risk giving back my goal if I lose another trade, which will cause me to start trading again out of necessity to get to goal again, which is basically how all my biggest blow-ups have happened. So Baba, one and done today. Pretty clean, easy trade off of some pre-market levels. Again, thanks Carlos and Norm. Hope everybody enjoyed the video, and I hope you're all keeping it green. Thanks.